What's up guys, it's Instinct here, and today I was showing you guys how to do this rocky type of render where it's cracked, and we're gonna do this cool effect where we add a waterfall. So stay tuned for part 2 as I will be doing that in Photoshop, and that'll be a completely separate video. But for this tutorial you guys will need Cinema 4D R19 or higher, and if you guys do not have Cinema 4D R19 or higher, you guys can do this using the plugin Thrusty. But for this tutorial I'll be using Voronoi Fracture from R19 or higher. Also, if you guys need a good Lightroom, go ahead and click the link in the description. It'll bring you my Discord, and you guys can get a pretty good Lightroom completely for free. So go ahead, join my Discord, and I'll hope to see you guys there. To start off, what we want to do is we want to hold down right here and get a sphere. From here, we're going to change the segments to 100. Just type in 100. And from here, we are going to hold down on this cube right here, get a subdivision surface, and drag the sphere into the subdivision surface. Make sure the arrow is pointing down when you do this, like so. Alright, so now from here, what we're going to do is we're going to hold down right here and grab a displacer and drag the displacer onto the sphere, just like this with the arrow pointing down. From here, when we're selected on displacer, go ahead and click shading, click this arrow and click noise. From here, what we're going to do is we are going to click the noise right here, this little thumbnail, and we're going to change this to electric. From here, what we're going to do is we're going to increase the global scale. Just increase it until you guys get something that you guys would like. So for me, I'm going to use something around 300 to 400%, something like that. We want kind of like a rock uniform like that. As you guys can see, it looks pretty close to a rock. And we can increase the contrast a little bit, like so, maybe like 25%. Go to the displacer and go to object and increase the height a little bit if you guys want to as well, or decrease it. I'm probably going to decrease it to like 6 or 7, maybe like down to 5, something like that, maybe a little bit more. I'm going to go with 8, that looks pretty nice. Now from here, what you guys want to do is hit Ctrl-C, Ctrl-V, and make a backup. So just rename this backup, or BAK as I like to call them, and then just go ahead and hide this. Now from here, what we're going to do is we are going to press the subdivision surface, make sure you're selected on it, and go ahead and click C. This will make this editable, and so now we can go ahead and scale this unproportionately like so. And we just kind of want to get like a long rock shape like you guys saw at the beginning of the video. So just go ahead, scale it like that, maybe a little bit up and a little bit back, something like this. If we hop into our camera, like so, that is looking really nice, and we have a nice rock uniform here. Now from here, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and go to MoGraph and go to Voronoi Fracture, drag the subdivision into the Voronoi Fracture, and then go ahead, click on Voronoi Fracture, and where it says sources, go ahead and click point generation or generator, and change the points to 100. This will basically just increase the amount of fractures, and as you guys can see, the amount of points and fractures have rendered. So from here, what we want to do is go ahead and click Effectors, go to MoGraph, go to Effector, go to push apart, and this basically just explodes everything. Now from here, all you guys have to do is drag the strength down to, I went with 3%, you guys can go a little bit more or a little bit less. I'm going to go with 3% as I think that's a sweet spot. Now, what you guys really want to do, and this is quite important, is if you guys plan on doing the waterfall effect, where we add waterfalls throughout the cracks, you guys want to make sure you guys can find a few cracks to work with. As you guys can see, I can use this crack right here and this crack right here. So this is a good fracture, but if you guys don't have any good cracks to work with, you guys can just go ahead and mess around with the point counter, as go to like Voronoi Fracture and go to the sources and just kind of play around with the seed or the points and just get different, generate some different fractures. But for me, this is looking good. I can add a waterfall right here and right here, so that'll work out quite nice. So I'm going to go back on my camera, And now from here, what we can do is add the material onto the subdivision surface like this, and click cubic and seamless like this. Now from here, all we have to do is make our text. So to do that, we want to go to mode graph and go to mode text, and just go ahead and name this whatever you want. I'm gonna type in text. We'll go with text and all caps, and then I'm going to change the font to Cunia, but you guys can use whatever font you guys would like. If you guys want to use Cunia, I'll leave a link in the description to Cunia. But go ahead, select your font, and then where it says align, we're going to click middle. This will center it. And then from here, what we can do is go ahead and scale it down a little bit so it kind of will fit on the rock. Something like that looks good. I'm going to hop out of my camera angle, and it is in the rock, so I'm going to bring it up like this, and that is looking quite nice. So from here, what we can do is click on the text again and increase the depth. I'm going to do 40 centimeters. That looks good. And then go ahead and click caps and change these both to fill caps, start and end, and change the steps to 10 and the radius to 2, just like that. And then from here, what we can do is go ahead and apply the material onto our text and click cubic and seamless. Now from here, we can go ahead and do two options. Option number one is go ahead, select text, and go to mode graph, effector, and random. And then from here, we can uncheck position, check rotation, and give this some rotation like so. Just like this, you know, something like that, something organic. You can also go to object and increase horizontal spacing a little bit. And we can also select the text and use the rotation tool to rotate this further. This is one way to do this. I'm actually quite liking how this is turning out. But it can always be better. So the second option is to, well, I'm going to reset this, just like so. The second way is to just click C on the text, and this will make each letter editable. So now we can click on each letter. Now when you click on the letter, you are most likely going to see that this is not centered. Like if you guys try to move it, it's going to move from here. You guys can select the rotation tool, and you're going to see that it rotates. This is annoying, and to fix this, what we can do is go to mesh, go to axis center, click axis center, make sure these two boxes are checked, and then click execute. Actually, we can check auto update, and that will do it for us. So just go ahead and click execute, and just click the other two letters, click execute, and then click execute. As you guys can see, that jumps it right to the center, and then you guys can exit this window out. And now from here, we can move and rotate the letter from the center. Now from here, all you guys got to do is just move the text around and rotate it to your likings. I'll probably speed this up as this can be a little tedious, and it's pretty straightforward, so just go ahead and get some nice angles. Alright, so I think this is looking pretty nice. One thing I think you guys should do is heavily emphasize that the text is, you know, kind of like laying on the rock. So as you guys can see, you guys can get a feel for that the text is kind of on top of the rock. And also you guys want to make sure to stick it in the rock a little bit so it's embedded. You guys get some collision. That'll really help sell it. But yeah, so I think this positioning is looking really nice. But yeah, so at this point we're basically done. If you guys click this button, you guys can give it a test render. And this is what the test render is looking like. Now, one thing I think could be done a little bit better is to rotate it a little bit closer to us, as the text is a little hard to read. So I'll do that off screen. But real quickly, what you guys want to do is click this icon with the gear on it, and go ahead and make sure this is at 1920 by 1080 if you guys want to render in 1080, or if you guys want to render in 4K, it is 3840 by 2160. There we go. and then go ahead and click save, and then click these dots, and then I'm going to click GFX renders, or really just select anywhere on your computer and just go ahead and save it. So for me, I'll rename this waterfall tutorial, and then go ahead and click save. But real quickly, I'm going to finish this. So from here, all you guys have to do is click this button and it will start to render. So that's basically it for this tutorial, guys. Make sure to stay tuned for part 2, where I show you guys how to manipulate waterfalls into the cracks of the rock. If you guys like this tutorial, make sure to check out some of my other videos, as there is a good chance you guys will like some of my other videos. With all that said, guys, it's been Instinct, signing out for now. Peace.